Howdy everyone, it's Reese, aka Bearman Prime, on this November 15th. Welcome back to my Read the Bible in a Year series. Thank you again for joining me. God bless you all. Card in the top right hand corner for the rest of the playlist, and please hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. I really do appreciate it. So Paul is still having to defend himself against these accusations and charges that are completely false. He has now defended himself against two Roman governors, Felix and Festus. And now he's going to be brought before King Agrippa, the Judean king, and make his case there. And based on what he says there, Festus is going to send a message to Rome for Caesar, for the emperor, because Paul has requested to be heard by Caesar. He's requested an audience with Caesar, which is his right as a Roman citizen. So let's see how Paul addresses King Agrippa today in Acts 26, and we're going to start in verse 1. Agrippa said to Paul, "You may now speak to defend yourself." Paul raised his hand to get their attention and began to speak. He said, "King Agrippa, I feel fortunate that I can stand here before you today and answer all the charges these Jews have made against me. I am very happy to talk to you, because you know so much about all the Jewish customs and the things the Jews argue about. Please listen to me patiently. All the Jews know about my whole life. They know the way I lived from the beginning in my own country and later in Jerusalem. These Jews have known me for a long time. If they want to, they can tell you that I was a good Pharisee. And the Pharisees obey the laws of the Jewish religion more carefully than any other group. Now I am on trial because I hope for the promise that God made to our fathers. This is the promise that all the 12 tribes of our people hope to receive. For this hope the Jews serve God day and night. My king, the Jews have accused me because I hope for this same promise. Why do you people think it is impossible for God to raise people from death? I used to think that I should do everything I could against Jesus from Nazareth, and that's what I did, beginning in Jerusalem. The leading priests gave me the authority to put many of God's people in jail. And when they were being killed, I agreed it was a good thing. I visited all the synagogues and punished them, trying to make them curse Jesus. My anger against these people was so strong that I went to other cities to find them and punish them. Verse 12. One time the leading priest gave me permission and the authority to go to the city of Damascus. On the way there, at noon, I saw a light from heaven brighter than the sun. It shined all around me and those traveling with me. We all fell to the ground. Then I heard a voice talking to me in Aramaic. The voice said, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? You are only hurting yourself by fighting me." I said, "Who are you, Lord?" The Lord said, "I am Jesus. I am the one you are persecuting. Stand up. I have chosen you to be my servant. You will tell people about me, what you have seen today, and what I will show you. This is why I have come to you. I will keep you safe from your own people and from the non-Jewish people, the ones I am sending you to. You will make them able to understand the truth. They will turn away from darkness to the light. They will turn away from the power of Satan, and they will turn to God. Then their sins can be forgiven, and they can be given a place among God's people, those who have been made holy by believing in me." Verse 19. Paul continued speaking. King Agrippa, after I had this vision from heaven, I obeyed it. I began telling people to change their hearts and lives and turn back to God. And I told them to do what would show that they had really changed. I went first to people in Damascus. Then I went to Jerusalem and to every part of Judea and told the people there. I also went to the non-Jewish people. This is why the Jews grabbed me and were trying to kill me at the temple. But God helped me, and He is still helping me today. With God's help, I am standing here today and telling all people what I have seen. But I am saying nothing new. I am saying only what Moses and the prophets said would happen. They said that the Messiah would die and be the first to rise from death. They said that he would bring the light of God's saving truth to the Jewish people and to the non-Jewish people. Verse 24. While Paul was still defending himself, Festus shouted, "Paul, you are out of your mind! Too much study has made you crazy!" Paul said, "Most honorable Festus, I am not crazy. What I am saying is true. It all makes perfect sense. King Agrippa knows about all this, and I can speak freely to him. I know that he has heard about these things because they happened where everyone could see them. King Agrippa, do you believe what the prophets wrote? I know you believe." King Agrippa said to Paul, "Do you think you can persuade me to become a Christ follower so easily?" Paul said, "It is not important if it is easy or if it is hard. I pray to God that not only you, but that everyone listening to me today could be saved and be just like me, except for these chains I have." King Agrippa, Governor Festus, Bernice, and all the people sitting with him stood up and left the room. They were talking to each other. They said, "This man has done nothing worthy of being put to death or even put in jail." And Agrippa said to Festus, "We could let him go free, but he has asked to see Caesar." All right, and that's what we're going to end it for today. So once again, Paul is just saying the same thing. And now he's addressing King Agrippa, a man of Jewish descent who knows what Paul is talking about as far as God's law and what the prophets say, right? He just reiterates his story, tells them, hey, these guys, they know what I'm about. They know what I was about. They've seen how I've lived, how I've grown. I've grown up with these people. They've seen me grow up. They know who I am and what I've done. And then he goes back into the story about how he was accused. He was, going around arresting and persecuting the Christians, the early Jewish Christians. How he was converted on the road to Damascus. All this stuff, and how it's his hope that everyone, Jew and non-Jew alike, would hear the truth and turn away from darkness to the light, to God. And, to Festus and to, a lot of these non-Jews, they're just like, what the heck is this guy saying? This is nonsense. This is crazy. Bringing people back from the dead? Crazy. I'm not crazy, says Paul. Agrippa knows what I'm talking about, right? You believe what the prophets say, right? And Agrippa asked the question, do you think it's so easy to convert me, Paul? You think I'll become one of these Christians so easily? Paul says, it doesn't matter whether it's easy or hard. All that I can do is pray that God will help you and everyone here listen to what I'm saying and be just like me. And so at the end, they're all gathered together. They all huddled together and they all come to the same conclusion. We don't have anything we can charge him with. He has done nothing worthy of being jailed or death. And they consider taking him back. They were just releasing him. But A, they know that if he goes back, they're going to kill him anyway. The Jews will kill him as soon as he gets back to Jerusalem or on the way. And B, he is already asked to go to Caesar. Okay, he has invoked that right, and that right cannot be revoked. Okay, they cannot take that away from him. If Paul still wants to go see Caesar, then he will go see Caesar. And this is just a crazy situation he finds himself in. He's an innocent man by Roman law and really by Jewish law as well, though the Jews don't agree with that. But he's done nothing wrong. He's an innocent man, not worthy of death or imprisonment, and yet he's still a prisoner. Why do you think that is? Interesting, right? But that's where we're going to end for today. Thank you again for joining me. I sure do appreciate it, and we'll pick it up there tomorrow. Bye.